Hey, it's Lucky. So I've gotten a couple of questions about cutscenes and cinematics in Godot and how to set them up. So I built this little demo scene and created a little cutscene in here animating some stuff. And it's actually super easy to set up in Godot, like most things. But I just wanted to break down this scene that I built and show you guys how to set up something like this from scratch. So first let me show you what this scene turns into when it's run. Alright, so as you can see, there's a couple of things going on. We got the camera swoop coming in, a little FOV change, the lightning flashing, and we got of course the sound effects, the rain, the little eerie tone playing, and then the thunder, which is synced up with the lighting effects. So how you would set up something like this, it's super easy. Within this animation player, I just have one giant animation, that is the cutscene, and you can animate almost anything in Godot within an animation player. So positions, FOV of the camera, the visibility of the directional light, this is the thunder, the lighting of the sky, the color of a couple of label nodes. These are the label nodes are basically the text elements you saw. You can see the color of these labels get animated, and that's how I made that fade. You see that Lucky presents right here. It's just me animating the alpha channel of a color. So you can see here it's completely visible and then fades out again. And you can see the background audio files here come up as waveforms. It's super handy for timing certain things with certain sound effects. Like for example the thunder you can see right here. I just keyframed the light to the audio track of the thunder. It's very easy to set up this way, and the whole animation is about 1 minute because it got some extra thunder flashes, like if the game was waiting for the player to press space or something. So now this giant animation might be a little bit intimidating, but let me show you how to set it up from scratch. So I'm just going to create a new scene in this project. And I'm going to show you how to set something up like this. So I'm just going to create a 3D scene. I'm going to call it world, and I'm just going to place a couple meshes in here. So right click, add child node, mesh. I'll just add a quick plane mesh and make it really big. Say 20 by 20. And then I'll add in a subject. So I'll just add in a cube. And then right here on the top, I'm gonna add in the sun and the world environment so the game will look exactly like the viewport. So just add sun and environment. And that's our little demo environment. Wait, I might actually give the cube a color. Just so it stands out a little more. I'm going into mesh, material, standard material, albedo. And I'll just make it a soft blue. Beautiful. So let's set up a cutscene. For this, of course, you're going to need a camera. So I'm just going to right click, add child node, camera 3D. Right here, and right now it's in the floor, so I'm just going to move it out. And I actually need to enable gizmos. Yours will be enabled. I just disabled them for this scene, because if you enable gizmos here, you can see there's a lot going on, but it doesn't matter. Your gizmos will be enabled, so you will be able to see the camera. So first thing, let's animate this camera swooping into the cube. So I'm going to move it off to the side a little bit, and if you want to see what the camera is going to see, you can click the little preview icon. And if you still want to manipulate the position and rotation of the camera, you can go into your camera, no 3D transform right here, and play with the values manually. So let's add that animation. gonna add another node to the world. So right click, add child node, animation player. And then we're gonna click on this animation button down here and create a new animation. And let's just call this scene. So a default animation is 1 second. Of course, a cutscene is gonna be longer than that. So let's just set it to 20 seconds. And let's add in our first keyframe of the camera being right here. Now, if you're coming from Blender, this will be very intuitive, but you might need to get used to it if this is your first time animating. Within this animation player, you can animate anything. You see all these little keys next to every aspect. That's something you can animate. By just clicking that key, clicking create, you now have a keyframe for that position. So if we go to, I don't know, 5 seconds into our animation, and we change the position of that camera, like we come in lower and closer and more to the side, like that, and we click again on the little key next to position, we've now animated the position of the camera. And you can go as crazy as you want with these things. You can add rotations, you can manipulate the field of view of the camera to get more dramatic effects. But just doing this is the essence of creating a complete cutscene. Let's animate a couple more things in this scene. I would like the cube to rotate as well, so I'm just gonna grab this cube mesh and go into the transform and keyframe the rotation. Give it a 280 degrees rotation here on that 5 second mark and key that as well. And now you can see we got 2 elements animating. And by doing this and animating anything you want, so for example the world lighting or the environment lighting, you can create complete cutscenes. And the last thing is of course just starting the animation. I just have this super basic script set up, checks for me pressing the spacebar and then plays the animation. You can grab any animation player within any piece of code and just reference it by dragging it in. So in any function that you want your cutscene to start playing, just grab that animation player by dragging it into your code and going .play. And when you open the brackets, it will show all the animations you have on that animation player. So you can just select the one that you want. So yeah, that's just a super quick breakdown of this effect and how to set up something similar. If you guys have any more questions, let me know. The support has been really awesome on this channel lately. I'm really stoked to make some more content for you guys. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Until then, bye.